Boxing King Media in association with Boxer, the juggernaut Joe Joyce. Joe, really appreciate your time. I know it's almost dinner time for you, so I appreciate you giving me a couple of minutes. You've just faced off with Zhang. It seems quite friendly. Do you like it like that, or do you prefer a bit of beef?
No, I think like we both got respect for each other. We're both silver medalists. It's like Joseph Parker. Like I got a love and respect for him, and but like at the end of the day, it's a sport and it's a competitive sport where you're punching each other, and once you get in that ring, all like niceties are gone because that person's is trying to knock you out. So and you're trying to knock them out. So and there's a respect that's shared, but it's gonna go down when the bell rings.
How do you think it'd go if there was a bit of beef from either side? I'm just curious to know how you'd react.
Whoa, you'd have to get the translator to see what each other are saying. But I mean, with my very little Chinese and his little, he actually probably knows more English actually. But
What's the biggest asset he's got that you're keeping an eye out for? From his skill. Obviously, you saw the Hergovic fight. Most people feel he won that fight. There was a few fights before where his stamina was questionable. He walked away with a majority decision draw. I think it was that fight.
which one was that?
I think about 3, 4 fights when he fought in America. Did you watch that one?
No, I might have had a look at it, but I'm gonna have a more in-depth look nearer the fight. Not like probably like the day before the fight, or perhaps Thursday. Gonna have a look with Salas and go over everything that we're looking for. What he's looking for me to do in there, but I expect a tough test, and he's gonna be loading up, hitting some power shots, and because he's southpaw, he's tricky, and he's got a lot of amateur pedigree, like being silver medalist and going like 2-time Olympian. Like it's not easy to do that. So I'm expecting a hard fight, and
Don't downplay it because most people feel that he was robbed of an Olympic gold medal.
yeah, I'm still waiting for that. But yeah, I've obviously at least the silver medal was actually made of silver, but.
And the other thing I want to ask you, a lot of people keep saying to you, and I've seen this question a few times, what would happen if Wilder's right hand hurt you, etc. But just tell me, in the entire career, Joe, what's the hardest punch you felt from any boxer, whether it's been sparring, pro, when you thought, shit, I'm buzzed here? Or have you ever been buzzed?
Yeah, like early on in the amateur careers, like the Europeans, I kind of got rushed into the ring, and got buzzed, but like I went through, like I had like learning fights, like especially in the amateurs, you can go through that. But I've been in with a lot of good heavyweights, like strong heavyweights, like, and yeah, they can hit, but it's part and parcel with boxing. Like you have to take shots sometimes, and I come from a rugby background, so I'm very tough, and I can take it, but I can also dish it out as well in high volume.
And the last thing I want to ask you about is I spoke to Shane Watson in a part of your management team a few weeks ago, and he said there's always been some sort of needle between you and AJ. What is that needle? Or is that just Shane talking?
Well, I guess more as we're both, as we're both a professional, like in the amateurs, like it was more supportive, but it was still competitive, like the sparring and stuff, like depending in which part, like say if I'm getting ready for a tournament or he's getting ready for like a fight, like when he's professional and that, there's some camaraderie, but it was also competitive, and still sharp and still. And remember, there was Fraser Clark, there was Daniel DeBar, there was Lawrence Okoli, there was Dave Allen. So we're all like, bringing each other on. But now, as a pro, I've always been playing catch up, because if I had beaten Joshua in the London finals, then it could have been me perhaps in 2012. So I've always been trying to catch up, and now like I'm ahead of them in the rankings. I've got the interim title, so but I guess like you know, certain things like we've kind of like, you know, fallen out about. Like there was some footage leaked of the sparring of all his best bits that maybe it was from one of his team, and like I saw him like laughing and gloating about beating me in the amateurs, where the ref was quick to jump in when like I had to fight twice that night against the southpaw, so I kept on walking onto his right hand because I was like a novice at the time, and like for him like to see him laughing and gloating about that, like and like the different comments, like but anyway, it's a fight, it's a big fight in the making. Like, mate, I remember when like on the squad, he'd always be like, "What's your secret?" Or we'd have like a joke on that, and be funny. Me and Fraser Clark would be like waiting, like when's Josh gonna turn up? He's probably on like FIFA or something, like, and he just pops in the gym like, huh. But like I don't know. More recently, I guess there's been a bit more bad blood and comments and stuff. But maybe we can settle it in the ring one day.
Do you ever talk since you become pros? Have you spoken recently on friendly terms?
No, I did. I did stay in like a little bit, like the odd message here and there. But like I think, yeah, he must have got rid of his phone after the Ruiz loss. You know, it's a huge fall from grace, especially when like he's been built and he was like, you know, he had like this kind of unbeatable air about him, and it kind of like all crumbled, like as you know, as and also like how people's perceptions of him had changed as well. So, but you know, he's young. He's younger than me. He's still got time, but he's already been to the top of the mountain. Same with, you know. So I'm right there, and he wants what I got now because I got a title, and that could be his route back in.
Interesting stuff, Joe. I really appreciate the time. I'll let you go and get some food. Thanks, brother. Thank you.
You lay down?